What's up guys, Isaac here, and today I have a little bit of an update for you. Now I recently did my review on the Technifibre Carboflex 125X Speed, and I was just saying how much I really enjoyed playing with this racket. Well, last night in one of my competition matches in the Netherlands, I have unfortunately cracked my frame. Now this happened in the second game of my first match. I was trying to retrieve a ball that was quite deep in the court, and I unfortunately was a little fatigued and didn't realise how close I was to the back wall. Upon striking, I've hit the back wall quite hard, still managed to retrieve the ball, but the racket, as you can see, has come off second best. Now at the time, I knew that the impact was pretty heavy, so I quickly checked the top of my racket. There didn't appear to be any noticeable cracks up there, so I continued to play out that match and had a good result. Now, I had to play 2 matches last night, and it was just as I was about to go on court for the second match that I realised that I had indeed cracked the frame down on the lower part of the racket. Now, at this stage, the crack wasn't all the way through. It was only cracked halfway through the frame. After a few hits, it still was hitting quite consistent and quite well. So I continued to use the racket for the next 2 games. At some stage in those 2 games, I had come into contact with the side wall and then had finished the racket off. It had snapped all the way through. And this is a bit, I guess, quite sad, because I was really enjoying playing with this racket. I'd done a lot of practice and I was really enjoying the feel and how everything was going. And now, with this cracked, I guess I'll be on the market for a new racket. So upon realising that this frame was now completely broken, I deemed that it was unsafe to play with, and then I had to change to my backup racket. Now my backup racket is the Dunlop Aerogel 4D that I originally purchased from PDH Sports quite a while ago, and I just use this as my backup. Now the head shape is quite a bit different to my main racket, which is the teardrop shape, and I find that I don't tend to adjust to different rackets super quick. So when I tried to play the last game with this racket, I was having a bit of a hard time. So a pro tip, if and where you can, try and buy 2 of the same racket. So if you do break a frame or break a string, when you come back on court with your other racket, it's not a massive change. Keep them as close as possible, so that way you have good consistency and it is what you're used to. The weight is slightly different and the head shape is different. And in the 3rd game, I think I was down 9-3, and then I realised I had to change something pretty dramatically. So I just went for super safe shots. I aimed for really good consistency, and I just knew I had to run everything down as much as possible. Watch your opponent like a hawk, get back to that tee, and try and play safe, consistent squash. So if and where you can, pick up a second of the same racket so you don't have the same problem. Now I did manage to turn that around and come back and win that game once we went to the tie break, which is a good result. But yeah, I definitely made it harder than it should have been, and it comes down to your equipment. Try and get 2 of the same racket, especially if you are playing quite at a competitive level, and especially if this was a tournament, then the result could definitely have been different. So 2 of the same is a good thing. I just wanted to give you an update on how sad it is that my really nice racket has been cracked due to my own fault. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this update. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.